Welcome back to F1 Report, everyone. I've got a bit of an informative video for you today because I'm sure, like me, most of you thought, who are Alpine, when it came to the announcement that Renault would be rebranding for the 2021 F1 season. Well, today you're in luck. I've been doing some research and I thought it'd be a great idea to put together a short, informative video on the brand in general. So, here we go. Alpine have a long history. Originally founded in 1954 in France, their first car, the Alpine A106, was based on the Renault 4CV and was released in 1955. They had always worked closely with Renault ever since their inception, and we'll see that as a recurring theme until they are eventually acquired by Renault. A lot of the earlier cars were used in motorsport competition to moderate success as well, so they have a long-standing pedigree in motorsport. But it wouldn't be until the 60s and 70s that Alpine would start having real success when going racing. In 1962, Alpine would develop much of their chassis and their body to allow them to use the Renault R8's mechanical parts. This brought about a new car, the A110, which would run for many years. They'd also often take Renault upgrades as often as they could. By 1968, Alpine had achieved so much success in rallying that Renault had allocated them their entire competition budget, further solidifying the close relationship between the two companies, and successes continued as a result. The early 70s saw a lot of success for Alpine, with a first, second and fourth place in the Monte Carlo Rally of 1971, and the newer A110 1800 winning the 1973 World Rally Championship, beating the likes of Porsche, Lancia and Ford. 1971 also saw Alpine enter Formula 3 and Formula 2 the following year in partnership once again with Renault under the names of Elf 2 and the Elf 2J. Throughout these years, the sales of Alpine cars soared. However, sales nearly halved in 1974 due to the international petrol crisis, when specialty cars were particularly affected. This is when Renault stepped in with a buyout to help the struggling company. However, the Alpine name would stick around for some time to come yet. In 1976 and 1977, they would win back-to-back European Formula 2 championships before selling on their F2 operation to concentrate on their budding Le Mans and F1 programs. Their Formula 1 hopes culminated in a 1977 entry to the grid as Renault, sadly leaving the Alpine name behind. However, the name lived on in their Le Mans Challenger, eventually winning the event in 1978 with the Renault Alpine A44B2. Renault eventually partnered Alpine with another company they had purchased, Gordini, a tuning firm, and merged the two to create Renault Sport. This newly created entity is what replaced the Alpine name in many of the motorsport categories and ultimately led to the decline of the brand name. Throughout the 80s and early 90s, the Alpine name was concentrated on a range of road cars. The A310, the Alpine GTA and the A610 all released. However, sales were slowing and Renault began using the Alpine factory to produce Renault branded cars such as the R5 Turbo and the Clio Williams. In 1995, the Alpine name was officially retired and the Alpine factory moved on to producing Renault cars full time. In 2007, the first murmurings of a Renault sports car with an Alpine brand began to surface. However, the project was put on hold after the 2008 global financial crisis. We'd actually have to wait until 2012 to start seeing Renault Alpine concept images again. In 2013, Renault partnered with Signatech to enter the European Le Mans Series with an LMP2 Challenger under the Signatech Alpine name, in a season which they actually won. Alpine have continued with endurance racing ever since, and we will actually see them enter the LMP1 Championship this year in conjunction with their F1 effort. Last year we saw Alpine return to road cars as well, with them continuing to bring the brand back, even reviving the A110 for a newer model this year. And in March, we get to see the brand come to F1 for the first time, taking over from their owner Renault, and with it bringing a lot of motorsport history and pedigree. I can't think of a better team than the Endstone factory to help them achieve their Phoenix rising from the ashes story. But will it end up as a fairy tale or a nightmare for the once proud brand? That will certainly be one of the biggest talking points over the course of the coming season. Are you excited to see Alpine on the grid this season? How do you guys think they'll do? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.